Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of StampWithNelly.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Yesterday I took part in the Project Share blog hop with my great friends Jill, Jez and Verity, and our theme for this month was monochrome. And I thought, well, if I'm going to just use one colour, it's going to be a bright colour. And I am still absolutely loving the fact that we have got lemon lime twist back in the Stampin' Up colour families. So I have made a little gift bag and I have used the Masterfully Made, that's it, Masterfully Made designer series paper, along with the gorgeously made stamp set and dies. And I'm going to make another one to show you how I did this. But if you didn't catch yesterday's blog post, there's a link to that in the description bar below so that you can go around and see what Jill, Jez and Verity have created. And let's crack on and make another one. So this paper pack is awesome. Loads of lovely colours in it. Some absolutely awesome designs. This one would be fabulous for scrapbooking. And I'm going to use the reverse of that today. Love this design where it looks like there's layers of paper that have been ripped and stacked up. So that is the one that I used for my previous version. That's probably my least favourite because I'm not really a flowery, but I really like the more subtle flowers on there. So we've got and I love that there's print in the background on that as well. This one, gorgeous, again print in the background of that as well. And it's just wild. That is wild. Beautiful fresh freesia. Did think about using that one, and again you've got sections and it looks like newsprint that this has been printed on top of. It's just gorgeous. And then this is, forgotten the name, honestly, what am I like? So I'm using Berry Burst. That one is Pretty Peacock. Of course it is, Pretty Peacock. And then more flowers on that one. I can handle that one a bit more than I can handle that one. And then back to that one. So beautiful paper, and great thing about this project is it only uses half a sheet. So I've got my paper trimmer. I want mine to run that way. Okay, so I am going to cut it on that edge to 6 inches. Okay. And then while I've got it that way, actually no, let's not. So this is 6 by 12. I'm going to take that cutting blade well out of the way, and I'm going to score that at 4 inches, then 5 3/4. Pop this arm out and line that up at 9 3/4, and then 11 1/2. Okay, so I'm using the full width but only half a sheet. Okay, so I decide which way round I want that to go. I want this to be my bottom piece, so I'm going to score that at 1 3/4. So again, if you've got a directional piece, a directional pattern, make sure you're scoring it where you actually want it to be. All right, so there we go. Right, let me get my bobbin folder. I'm just going to do this gently because we're talking designer series paper. I don't want it to crease or even worse, split. which is unlikely to happen with this quality of paper, unless you really go for it. All right, so this is the way up I want it. I've got my scored bit at the bottom there. Fully appreciate this is difficult to see the score lines on, so I've got my score line that way, score line there. I'm going to cut up that score line to that intersection there. Not quite far enough. There we go. That's it. Then do the same at the next one. Straight up to that score line, and again straight up just to that score line. And then this little rectangle piece I'm going to chop out completely, and just take a little bit extra off that as well, and take a little wedge out of that side of the square. Leave my rectangle alone and just take little wedges out of each side of that square. All right. So it now looks like this. Okay, so I've got my little tab there. Also want to just take a tiny, glued my scissors to something there. There we go. Tiny little bit off that corner there. Now, you might notice that it's got this lovely edging on it, and for that I used this die from Gorgeously Made, honestly. So I want this edge, and I'm going to line it up with that score line there, and along that edge, and I'm just going to put a couple of little bits of well-used washi tape so that it's not too tacky and it's not going to damage my paper. That's maybe too used. Like that. Okay, and I'm going to run this through my large cut and emboss machine and knock my trimmer over at the same time. Right. Emboss. Pop that on, make sure that that hasn't moved, because it did. And then top plate on, and wind that through. Just going to take it to the end of that, and I can hear it clunk, and I'll take it back again. Okay, then take the die off gently, and then line it up again along that top edge. A little bit left over there on that top edge, like that. And I've lost all the sticky on that. There we go. Put that, make sure I've got fully on the platform. I think my washi is a little bit too used, but I don't want to use a new bit and ruin my bit of paper. It's too precious. And this time I can just roll it all the way through. Like that. Okay. I'll take that off. Get rid of this for now. Be back with that though. that off. And there we go. We have a little bit still stuck in that. That's okay. And we've got that lovely edge along the top there. All right, so when we decorate this, when we build this up, I'll put glue on this piece here and glue that, so that bit will become the back and this bit here will be the front. So I'm going to do some decoration to the front before I build it. Now, on this one, there is a die cut there, but because we're using one colour, it doesn't really stand out. I used this die for that one. I'm going to use this smaller die, slightly smaller. It's not got quite so much depth to it. So I'm just going to cut that from a scrap of Berry Burst card. So here we have this bit. Now, there are some bits that will fall out and there's other bits that you might want to take out or you might want to keep in. Totally up to you. It has the smallest stem I think I've ever seen. I've got another bit of decoration I want to do though. And I have a scrap of white card and I've got the thank you from the Gorgeously Made stamp set with Berry Burst ink, and I'm going to just stamp that on there. Okay, there is a gorgeous script stamp, and I have to check which way up it is. It has the word 6 quite clear on there. You might not be able to see it because of the glare, and that is the one that makes me know that I've got it the right way up. But I don't want to do it full strength, so I have a little scrap side, snap that off and then pop that over, and it just gives it a little bit extra. Okay, I'm just going to move that to the side, and then there is a gorgeous little label die that has a kind of torn edge in the set as well, so that is going to go over there. Will this washi tape do anything? Doesn't matter if it's entirely straight or not, so I'm die cut that now. So when I did this one, I added a little bit of blended ink onto it as well. I'm a little bit dubious about doing it on this, but let's just do it and see. A brush that's got some pink. Yeah, this might be a little bit too much. Really gently on it. Such a strong colour. I mean, it's gorgeous, it's vibrant, it's lovely. Another one I'm glad to see back. Alright, let's decorate. Oops, don't need that first bit. Okay, so this bit. There's my little glue pot there, it's there. And my silicone mat. Did have my silicone mat, it is camouflaged. So I'm keeping those bits in, so I want to make sure that I've got some glue on there as well as the outside. Tiny bits of glue out the way. And I want to put it in this front panel here, like that. Okay. So I've just got it near enough the centre of there. If there's any excess glue, you can either dab it off or try and take it off with an adhesive eraser. You better wait until it's a bit more dry though. And then the bit we just made, I'm going to put a dimensional either end of that. Take the backings off. And again, we kind of want that to be roughly in the middle between those two score lines. Happy with it being a little bit further down though, so that we can see more of that die cut. All right, so let's assemble. A little bit of glue on that tab. Bring that edge over, line that up. Give that a little press. There we go. All right, so this back piece, fold that in first, then add some glue to this tab and pop that down, glue to that tab, pop that down, and then hide all those joins with this bit that comes from the front, so you've got a nice neat edge there and all your joins are at the back and you can't see anything, any of your tabs or anything on the inside either. All right, so final bit is to add your ribbon. Now on this one I used this gorgeous herringbone ribbon and I'm going to use that again, and I used this lemon lime twist ribbon from the ribbon duo combo, which I think is part of the Zoo Crew suite. Now I don't have any berry burst ribbon and I do want to try and keep it to one colour plus white. So in that duo you also get this petal pink ribbon, and with the assistance of a stamping blend, dark berry burst for this one, I have started the process of colouring this petal pink. Focus, focus, you can do it. To berry burst. It does make the ribbon a little bit more stiff, but you can still play about with it and tie it. It just needs a little bit more persuasion to get you going. So all I did was use this and go along the ribbon, just letting the ink soak in like that, and it does go right through to the other side, but you might want to double check that you've got the edges covered as well. Okay, and just a few seconds and it will dry fairly quickly. Okay, so white ribbon first, and I'll actually tell you what I put in here. I'll show you. Let's do a reveal. So the final size of this package is 4 inches by 1 3/4 by 4 inches pretty much. Okay, so it's a good size. It would be slightly longer if you didn't do that fancy bit at the top, but I quite like it. I like that that goes with the all this sort of ripped paper look. And in here I have, this is my own, it's well used, solid hand cream bar. These are made locally to me. It's the Edinburgh Natural Skincare Company, and they do various different scents. I had it sitting at the side and I thought, oh, I wonder if that'll fit. Yes, it does. So I might be buying a few more of them to give as gifts in bags this size. Okay, so ribbon. Let's go with this herringbone ribbon first and pop that through. Just slide it through, no bother at all. Bring that up. Okay, and then just give that a little squeeze at the top. Okay, now I've got a couple of little clips to try and keep that in place while it learns where it should be. Okay, and I'm going to slide that along like that, and then I'm going to take this ribbon that we've just coloured, tie that around, hope I've coloured enough, and just put that in place, tie it into a bow, and then we can finesse it once we've got it tied. Okay. Right. So let's pull that, get my loops fairly consistent. I'm going to chop that off because I've dyed that bit anyway, so I'm not going to be able to use it for anything else. And chop that off. Oops. And again, I can take that off, and to get the other ribbon to slide down a wee bit, just do that. Okay, play about with it until you are entirely happy. I'm not going to cut mine too short because I want to be able to put something else in it, but you would obviously trim that down. And there we have 2 different colours, lemon lime twist with that undone, and berry burst. So which one do you prefer? I'd love you to leave me a comment and let me know. I think I like them both. Maybe, possibly. No, I can't choose favourites. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do give me a thumbs up, and if you have time, leave me a comment. That would be super appreciated. If you're new to my channel, then please do click on that subscribe button. Click on the bell and you'll get a notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Until then, please do take care. Bye.